The theme of redemption is important, not just in Star Wars, but in life. I mean, no one's perfect. Jedis make mistakes. I think it's comforting, the idea that despite having done wrong, either intentionally or unintentionally, they're able to right those wrongs and be forgiven.
It was probably nice for Mark to be more like the Luke of old, which I think JJ felt like he really wanted that. It was nice to feel, and even in the scene, to feel really comforted that, like, Luke Skywalker is here.
But look, yeah, because look, it's a little film that's in the bottom. That's kind of good. All right.
Well, the theme of redemption is important, not just in Star Wars, but in life. I mean, no one's perfect. Jedis make mistakes. I think that the Jedis aren't gods. They're people that are devoted to a higher power and doing what's right and what's good. But I think it's comforting for people to the idea that despite having done wrong, either intentionally or unintentionally, they're able to right those wrongs and be forgiven. Action speaks louder than words, and everybody deserves a second chance. Luke, obviously, as you come into this new generation of characters, Luke's story has been told. It's their story, and he, like Jiminy Cricket or like Obi-Wan, is there to sort of guide and offer advice from his experience. And I'm sure, yes, absolutely, recognize that element of danger for Rey. And of course, feeling guilt-ridden over his relationship with his nephew. So that's got to haunt him as well.
We thought, well, maybe this is the way to bring it full circle.
That's good. How about this?
I hope that if there's any lasting legacy of the character is the idea that you can accomplish anything you want if you are selfless and willing to do what's right for the greater good. He was a symbol of optimism, and I think that's probably the most satisfying aspect of the character. I always thought it was so smart of George to include a character that was so accessible to young people. They might be inhibited by royalty. They like the princess, but they can't relate. They like Han Solo, but he's a gambler and a scoundrel and a rogue and all those things. And there's a wizard that, again, is magical and scary characters like Darth Vader. But of all the characters, Luke was a simple farm boy. And the young people could relate to that. Like, oh, I could do that. Or I would feel comfortable being around him. So I thought that was a really smart move. And I'm so glad Billy Dee is in the final installment because he deserves it. I thought anybody that's still around, no matter how prominent or obscure, should come back. I would love that. But especially Billy D, because like we were unknowns when we were cast, and when they cast Billy D in Empire, he was like a big movie star. You know, we went, wow, you know, Lady Sings the Blues, and I won't go through his whole resume, but you know, he's just the smoothest. You know, he's almost like an old school 1930s matinee idol, and he's just a really wonderful guy and fun to be around. And you know, he saved my life in Empire, so I owe him that.
It is your birthright to rule. It's in your blood. Our blood.
Rey, never be afraid of who you are.
We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. This is your fight.
Who are you? I'm Rey. Rey Skywalker.
If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.